Welcome back to Thistle Hill Farmstead, everybody. Today we've got a little project that we're going to do that's kind of right behind me. We're going to build a little shelter for the sheep. If you've watched some of our other videos, there's Atlas hanging out. You saw that we got a couple of sheep a while back and they need a little shelter. They've been kind of hiding out under the chicken coop right over there. And there's some there now, but I want to move them out of the coop and get them out here in the field. So I've got some lumber here that a neighbor gave me, that's scrap lumber, and I've got some poles, and we're just going to build like a little lean-to for them to get under it and get out of the rain. So let's get started. So here's the lumber I'm talking about. My neighbor is, he has a sawmill. He does a lot of sawmilling, and he had cut some lumber and stored it for a while, and somehow it got some weevils or some kind of something in it. He said that he could no longer sell it, so he was basically put it on a burn pile to burn. And I said, hey, can I have some of that? He said, yeah, get what you want. So I've got that to go on the sides, and I've got some tin to go on the top. Then I just grabbed a couple of old fence posts that I pulled up when we built our 4-plank horse fence. We took up some barbed wire fence, and it just so happens that 2 of them are a bit shorter than the others, which will work out just fine. It'll make my roof slant a little bit. And then I've got these kind of 2x4 things here that I'll build it with. So what's happening is, for the time being, we have the sheep over here kind of sharing the chicken coop, and see how they like to lay up under the coop there. And then we've got a couple out here in the field that are grazing a bit. We got the chickens here that are hanging out, and then we've got Atlas, one of our donkeys, who we put over here with the sheep to kind of protect them from any coyotes or anything. I don't think we're going to have a problem, because this fence is a woven wire fence all the way around this pasture. So I don't think any coyotes or anything will be able to get in here. But, you know, we have 3 donkeys. We've got Jenny, Bandit, and this is Atlas. So Jenny and Bandit we left in the front pasture. We moved Atlas over here to the back pasture. This is 8 acres, so there's plenty over here for the sheep to eat, and they've been kind of staying really close to the chicken coop here, but I want to encourage them to get out and forage and eat some of this grass down. We probably need to get a couple more. 5 sheep are not going to make much of a dent in 8 acres of grass. So let me set up the camera and we'll get started on building this little lean-to for the goats. The same friend who gave me this lumber was nice enough to also give me some old tin that he had. So I'm going to put this tin on top, but what I want to do is measure how wide this tin is so that I get a good idea of how wide I need to make this thing, so that I don't have tin like hanging over. I want it hanging over a little bit, but I don't want to have to cut any more than I have to. I'm already going to cut this in half down the middle, so then we'll see how that goes. So let me do some measuring. So I did some measuring, and 2 pieces of this tin is right at 4 feet, a little over 4 feet. So I'm going to make this 8 feet wide. That way when I cut these in half, I'll have 2 pieces, and this tin is also 12 feet long. So I'm going to cut it down the middle, 6 feet in the middle, and then I check this just by coincidence. I didn't plan this, but 6 feet will give me enough to hang 10 over on the front and the back. So yeah, that worked out pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these boards now and put it together. Well, not too bad for a bunch of scrap wood and some old scrap fence posts. So what I got to do now is cut the tin and put on. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut the tin down the middle and lay it up there and decide whether I want to put, I think I need to put some purlins across here to nail the tin to. And my neighbor, same neighbor who gave me this wood, has a bunch of 1x1s over there. And hey there, little chick. Look at this one trying to reach through the fence to drink instead of coming around. And here's our little frizzle chick. My wife loves that thing. I don't know what you call them. The one with the crazy feathers. We had 3, and unfortunately 2 of them succumbed to nature. I'll leave it at that. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I think the sheep will like it as opposed to what they're doing now, which is just laying here under the chicken coop like a bunch of ninis, and they're pushing the wire in on the chicken coop, which I don't like. Hey Atlas, what you doing, bud? You bored? So yeah, let me get going on the roof. Well, there we go, guys. One little goat shed made out of recycled everything. The posts here were recycled posts that I pulled up out of the ground from another fence tear down. All the boards, like I said earlier, were boards from a neighbor who pretty much tossed them away because they had some weevils or something in them. He does sawmilling, but they look good on there. Now, none of this is pressure treated. Obviously, it's all rough sawn, but we'll come out and put some paint on it. And then the tin was also reclaimed tin that he had on another barn. So all of this stuff was kind of donated by my neighbor. He said, take it, get it out of my area here. So it worked out pretty good. I think the little sheeps will enjoy their new shelter. It'll get them out from over there underneath the chicken coop. And I think they're out now, kind of roaming around somewhere. Where are they? Oh yeah, look. That's interesting. They're over there in the round pen. So that's crazy. You let them out of the gate and they go find another gate to get into. But it's good that they're eating the field. That's what we want. So now I'm just going to slide this thing back against the fence there a bit. And then I'm going to close the chicken coop back up so they will not be able to get back in the chicken coop. And then we'll call this their new home. The sheep have come up to check out their new sheep shelter. They seem to like it. We put the hay in there for something, for them to have something to lay on. But it seems like they want to eat it instead of lay on it when they've got this whole pasture out here to eat. But hey, that's their choice. But they seem to like it, and they better, because they're not getting back in the chicken coop. Well, that's it for another video here on the farm, building our little sheep shelter. So if you liked the video and you made it this far, thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe. It really helps us out a lot. And if you want to keep up to date with all of our videos, hit that bell notification so that anytime I post a new video, you'll get notified. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Thistle Hill Farmstead.